Hello, welcome back. My name is Tasfayon Show. This is my eighth video on a series of videos on study methods. In our previous videos, we have seen how to organize notice and how to make information memorable. We'll continue on this video, and this video we're gonna see um, now we're getting ready for exam. How do we when the time of the exam approaches, how we get ready on that. And um, this is a very stressful time for students because the exam is nearby, and we're not ready, or we don't feel we are ready even though we worked hard. um, and it's a stressful time, and as we approach the exam, our steady uh, time and attention probably will going to deteriorate. But what we have to do is that this is the battle we have to face, and we have to be ready for that. We can't skip it. We all know that we can't skip it. So the battle will be there, but we have to be very much confident by this time if we followed these study methods, and if we have shortened within our notes, if we make how to remember them, if we chunk them, um, by this time we will be confident, and our note will be very shorter. It's not like bulk as we have you taking the note from the lectures or reading from the library, but now we've summarized most of the information about that course. Is now a part of our knowledge. It is not just we remember it, but it's now we know it. So um, by this time we have organized our notes, and it's really easy for us to remember most of them, if not all of them. It's obviously we can't remember everything, but now we have our note very at least halved, and on those halves we remember half of them at least, and we have the rest organized in visuals. We organized them in some kind of hierarchies. We have created acronyms to remember them, and the last 2 days to the exam, we should be deep into those. If we can't remember them, we have to go for the worst study method, the rote memory. If you have to remember them, we have to, because if we know that it is what we have to remember them, we have to remember them. But if we have already gone through studying carefully, and if we have done our study properly, most of the notice in our subject matter is now a knowledge for us. So when we study, actually, now we know. We can sometimes debate, is this wrong or correct, or if we think it is wrong, we have to go back to the teacher, or consult a book, or talk to our student or our friends, if that conception we have is wrong, or if it is already the wrong conception of the subject matter itself, or maybe it is the area where as usual we know are the long, or many of the concepts are debatable, arguable, and now we are in university, or in a high school. Now we have a very advanced mind. We can think, we can argue against, we can challenge some of the ideas in science, in philosophy, in religion, and so on. So we have to clear that if that conception is wrong. But if the conception is the nature of the subject, we have to take that. Sometimes the teachers will ask us to argue, to discuss, or to investigate and put our conclusions by looking to concepts that are opposing, that are antagonistic to each other. and then this is where we actually we start using our knowledge that we created from the study. Now we go into, at the beginning we have seen the levels of 7 levels of thinking. Now here is, after we study all this, now our mind is ready to like analyze it and synthesize, to conclude, and evaluate and so on. Here's where it is. To by At least by the last week to the exam, we our mind should be at that level. And now we are very much confident. We feel like a professional for that area as well. That where should be there. We are confident. We are free and happy to help others, to discuss any misconceptions they have. We should be feeling like the lecturer himself by the end of the day. And there we go. To acquire knowledge, one must study. Obviously, we studied, we gone through this, and now we have the knowledge, and at least the understanding. At least as a student, much of the note we have gone through is now we are very mature in those. And also where we have to, as I said, where we have to remember some stuff, facts. This is where we are down to the rote memory, the memorization. That's where actually why we use acronyms and acrostics to memorize them, organize them in some logical and some kind of relationships we can make, and this is what it is. So by that we have to be ready for that. So as it's as I said, so talk to your friends, be in a group, try to um, talk. I tell you one thing: if we teach somebody, more than 75% we learn than the person we teach. We learn when we teach. Actually, we learn more than the people we teach them. So confidence comes in. We prepare to talk. When we talk, we our mind goes crazy, analyzing, evaluating, and so on. Got in action. So it is good to explain and to talk to friends as well. So that's it. And by the end of the day, we have to be able to do those. We have to read it and reread it and develop our ideas and concepts. This time it is not about the words or the figures of facts or just fragment of information, but this time is the idea, that the understanding we have, and we're trying to advance into knowledge where we can deeply use it for the exams. And when we study, actually, there are things that we have to know when we study. One is the time, very much. TPC, time, condition, time, place, and condition is very, very important for study. I tell you, if you are not attentive, you never learn anything. If you read one line 2 times, stop there. Stop, don't read more, because you are not reading. Unless you clarify that, you double study it, but once you read, you already know what it is. You already know what it says. But if you go back to that line again, third times, if you are still in the same page for half an hour, it's a dead end. You are not doing anything. You're just wasting your time sitting there. Go away, do some different thing, or do another subject, or get something. So there should be some kind of time that we all be effective. Um, um, this is not for a student, but in the weekdays from Monday to Friday. Psychologists say Monday and Friday are the worst days. Probably that's correct for students. The best day, the most effective day is Wednesday. If you look at our efficiency days in psychology books, and Wednesday is the top. From Monday to Wednesday, we have on a decline, on a ascending, going up, and our top is on Wednesday, and from Wednesday, our time declines to come to Friday. But that's not for students. Student has to study every day. But in every day, where is our efficient? Where is our prime time actually? Is it in the morning? Is it in the night? Is it after lunch? Is it before lunch? Is it night time? Everybody has a different prime time where we are more effective. Then choose that time and avoid any distraction to your mind. Don't think another stuff. Don't think another person. Don't worry about any other stuff. Just about the book in your hand. Don't put it for another day. Never. Because tomorrow it has its own um, thing to do. And then if you do that, everything will be accumulated. And do on your summarized notice. If your summary is looks like very general and you don't understand it, go back to the details you have already. But otherwise, read the summaries. Stay on the summary. If you don't get it, if you don't understand it, go back to the main body, the details, and read more and read more. Yep. And somebody said this. I believe the word studying was made from two words, student dying. Do you? Do you believe that? Actually, I don't. But what I say is yes, studying is not easy. Studying may not be something enjoyable, but if we study, we are better off. As in the previous slide, it says studying is the way only we get knowledge, and it is a way we can be successful in our exams and also in the times to come. So that's it. It's better to get very appropriate time and only use that time to discuss, to summarize, and to form knowledge and understanding. If we can't do those, or if the one we are studying is not appropriate for that, go down to memorizing it. Thank you very much. If you have any questions and comments, you are welcome. Send me at the bottom of this video. This is a reference I used to develop these study skills. You can go back to those books and get more information from them, and have a blessed day. Thank you. Bye.